In 2017, one of the strangest hacks in modern cybersecurity history took place. A major casino, filled with million-dollar gaming systems, biometric access controls, armed guards, facial recognition cameras, private vaults, and some of the most advanced physical security measures in the world, was quietly breached. Not through its servers, not through phishing emails, not through malware planted on employee laptops, but through a fish tank. This is not a rumor, not an urban legend, not a story exaggerated over time. This incident was confirmed by multiple cybersecurity firms and later discussed publicly by a senior executive at one of the largest cybersecurity companies in the world. A decorative fish tank in the casino lobby with a smart thermometer was compromised, and that single device gave attackers access to the casino's internal network, allowing them to steal approximately 10 gigabytes of highly sensitive data. This is the full story of how it happened, what was stolen, how attackers likely used that information, and why this bizarre breach remains one of the most important cybersecurity lessons ever recorded. To understand how a fish tank could bring down a casino, we need to zoom out. Because this wasn't really a fish tank problem, it was an Internet of Things problem. Smart devices are now embedded in almost every modern environment. Smart thermostats, smart lighting systems, smart elevators, smart security cameras, smart TVs, smart vending machines, and increasingly, smart systems hidden inside objects we don't think twice about. These devices are connected to the internet. They collect data. They send telemetry to cloud platforms. They receive commands remotely. And most importantly, they are often installed inside trusted internal networks, right next to systems that manage money, identity, and operations. But unlike laptops or servers, these devices are rarely treated like real computers. Manufacturers prioritize cost and convenience. Security is often secondary. Default credentials are rarely changed. Firmware updates are infrequent or impossible. And once installed, these devices disappear into the background. They hum quietly, they perform a single task, and no one pays attention to them again. That's exactly what happened at this casino. The casino wanted a visually impressive, high-tech aquarium in its lobby, something modern, luxurious, and automated. The tank relied on sensors to track water temperature, salinity, filtration, and feeding schedules. At the center of that system was a smart thermometer. To function properly, the thermometer was connected to the casino's internal network so staff could monitor it remotely. It also communicated with an external cloud service that logged data and provided alerts. From a facilities management standpoint, this was efficient. From a cybersecurity standpoint, it created a silent vulnerability because the thermometer had weak security controls and was reachable from the internet. And attackers are exceptionally good at finding exactly that. Most cyber attacks don't begin with a specific target in mind. They begin with scanning. Automated tools constantly sweep the internet for exposed devices, not caring what the device is, only whether it responds. A camera, a router, a sensor. To an attacker, a smart thermometer isn't small or harmless. It's just another computer, and often one with fewer defenses than a laptop or phone. In this case, the attackers discovered that the thermometer allowed external access without strong authentication. Once inside, nothing dramatic happened. No alarms, no alerts, no flashing warnings, because technically, the device was doing exactly what it was designed to do: communicate. But now, the attackers were no longer outside the casino. They were inside the network. And that distinction matters more than anything else. Once inside, the attackers slowed down. They didn't rush to steal data. They observed. They watched how systems talked to each other. They identified which devices were trusted. They mapped the internal structure of the network. This stage can take days or weeks. Attackers don't want attention. They want understanding. This process is known as lateral movement, and it's how almost every serious breach unfolds. Here's the crucial mistake the casino and many organizations made. They invested heavily in perimeter security, firewalls, intrusion detection systems, threat monitoring platforms. But once something was inside the network, it was largely trusted. The fish tank wasn't segmented. It wasn't isolated. It wasn't restricted. So the attackers used it as a foothold, a silent digital beachhead that no one suspected. From there, they eventually reached systems that truly mattered. Not slot machines, not gaming floors, data. Casinos are not just places where money changes hands. They are data-driven environments. They track behavior obsessively. Who visits, how often, how long they stay, how much they gamble, what games they prefer, how they respond to incentives. The attackers accessed databases containing information about high roller patrons, also known as VIP players. This included names and personal details, contact information, visit histories, hotel bookings, gaming preferences, betting patterns, and internal profiles ranking each customer's value. In many casinos, these profiles are extraordinarily detailed. They exist to maximize revenue and personalize experiences. But in the wrong hands, they become a powerful weapon. This kind of data enables highly targeted crimes, fraud that feels personal, scams that reference real behavior, impersonation that's convincing. If you know where someone stays, when they visit, how much they gamble, and what level of risk they tolerate, manipulation becomes much easier. And there's another layer. Discretion. High rollers value privacy. Many are wealthy, some are famous, some are politically connected. That makes them uniquely vulnerable to extortion, coercion, or blackmail. Even years later, this data can be exploited. And unlike passwords or credit cards, it doesn't expire. You can cancel a card. You can't cancel your history. When it came time to remove the data, the attackers faced the most dangerous phase of the operation: exfiltration. Sending large amounts of data out of a secure network is usually what gets hackers caught. Security systems are designed to detect unusual outbound traffic, so the attackers avoided obvious routes. They didn't use servers. They didn't use employee machines. They used the fish tank. The stolen data was encrypted, broken into small pieces, and quietly sent out through the Thermometer's cloud connection. To monitoring tools, it looked like normal telemetry. Temperature readings, maintenance data, routine sensor communication. In reality, 10 gigabytes of confidential information were leaving the building unnoticed. Eventually, cybersecurity analysts detected unusual internal behavior and investigated. But by the time the breach was confirmed, the attackers were already gone. The casino never publicly disclosed its identity, and that silence makes sense. Casinos are built on trust and discretion. Publicly admitting that VIP customer data was stolen could damage reputations far more than financial loss. So the incident remained mostly behind closed doors. It was only later that Nicole Egan, former CEO of Darktrace, referenced the case publicly, using it as a warning to the industry. Not because it was the most destructive breach, but because it exposed a dangerous assumption that everyday objects are harmless. Today, smart devices are everywhere: in hospitals, in factories, in airports, in power plants, in government buildings. Many of them sit on trusted networks. Many of them are poorly secured. Many of them will never receive meaningful updates. After the breach, the casino shut down parts of its network, rebuilt infrastructure, segmented devices, hired cybersecurity experts, and according to reports, they disconnected the fish tank from the internet. The attackers were never identified. No group claimed responsibility. No arrests were made. Just a quiet breach through one of the least suspicious objects imaginable. Today, this story is taught in cybersecurity courses around the world because it captures a simple but unsettling truth. Anything connected to a network is a computer. Every sensor is a potential entry point. Every convenience feature expands the attack surface. In cybersecurity, threats don't always come through the front door. Sometimes they swim in from the lobby. This is the story of the casino that got hacked through a fish tank. And it's a reminder that the next breach probably won't come from where anyone is looking.